everything but his size says yes. D'Angelo Pons ran well. His, again, other than his size, again, he becomes the Ruben Bain conversation at DB, has answered every question, but the size, again, it'll always go back to that. Again, historically small. What are you hearing about Pons? Does he have a chance to make it kind of into that end of day one? Hey, he's just a good football player we can't pass up.
I can't think of a guy his size that went at that position that went round one. Maybe I'm sure there is, but like it's almost always starts like the 33rd pick is where, and I think he's terrific. Like, I mean, I think the size question does limit his role. And I mean, I had this, there've been a lot of these guys over the last few years. There's always one where you're like, that's my undersized DB. You know, that's my Mike Hilton. That's the guy that I'll pound the table for. He's clearly that guy in this class. Why am I not thinking of some of the other ones? Yeah, I mean, there've been a few. One of them went to Tennessee a couple years ago and has been okay. Yeah, I mean, I think there are exceptions at defensive back, and if at the worst he's a nickel, I think playing outside at that length and such is going to be tough, right? I mean, Antoine Winfield could do it years ago. There aren't a whole lot of guys 5'9" and shorter who could play on the outside consistently. But man, he's a really good football player, and you can use him in a variety of ways too. And I think the slot is going to end up being his home. But if you need him to play outside a few snaps, I think he could probably do it. And I mean, the dude jumped 43.5 inches. That's his height. It's unbelievable, right? I mean, explosive athlete, urgent athlete, somebody who plays bigger than his size and will hold up if he can. And running that 40 only helps him. But first round, I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems high.
Are we at a point in the league where if you're under 6 feet, you're almost automatically a slot now as a corner?
It feels that way, doesn't it? Like if you're 30-inch arms or if you're 5'10" or shorter, it's like you just automatically get shoved inside. And, you know, how many nickels do you need? I'm not saying that it's not an important position. I know it's a starting position these days, but yeah, after a while, you know, there's only so many guys that size I think you can carry on your roster. So, you know, I mean, I'd have to do a little work and see like how many guys are truly playing the majority of their snaps outside who fall below those thresholds. I'd like to see what the numbers really are in the league.
Yeah. Again, Pons, just good football player. Again, somebody's going to get a good football player. He's one of those guys because of his limitation size-wise. You hope he stays healthy. But again, he's going to make a bunch of plays. Somebody's going to be really happy to get him. Again, have not heard any noise other than the size thing, which again usually says, hey, pretty clean prospect the rest of the way, which is, again, what you really want. And again, he's going to be a fun one sitting there, again, end of round one, early round